Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for my client Alex's vlog. Just a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so. And if you guys will be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. You guys have seen kind of some of the update pictures with Alex. We're kind of been easing slowly into a cut now. He's never really cut since I've had him. You know, you guys saw the stuff. It was kind of funny because he looked a little leaner. A few people had said, "Oh man, he looks better in the before," but it's like he's 3 pounds heavier in the after, because they just thought he looked bulkier because he had more body fat. He was 3 pounds heavier, and we put 100 pounds on his squat and deadlift. So it was just kind of funny how certain guys, they had this perception that losing any body fat somehow makes you look smaller or weaker, and it was just funny. He's literally stronger and heavier. It's like, come on guys, he lost a couple inches off his waist, like 3 inches off his waist, and gained 3 pounds. We'll call that a win. So what we're doing right now, we do, because of his schedule, lifestyle, and everything, we do a 3-day push-pull legs. So again, we're actually at a point where we're doing rep work on a side incline with more than a plate, so we're in a good place there. The work sets on the bench we're doing 195. He realized he was doing a little too bouncy on those. I'm like, look, we're going to touch and go. I don't want you to bounce on them, have it controlled or paused. So he kind of fixed that for that second one you saw. Of course, then we do incline bench, and then right now we've got him doing dumbbell presses, right? So our chest and tricep day, our push day, because again, we do a push-pull legs for him. And keep in mind, these workouts are like 40 to 45 minutes. So if you kind of look at it, it's like, man, this is 12 work sets. And they're all done with, like maybe 3 minutes breaks between. You guys do the math on that, right? And you don't need much warming up for this because these aren't super heavy. So we get in. Takes him a couple minutes to get warmed up. He can go straight to the bench and then straight to the incline and then the other stuff. So because everything is just sequential, you don't need really a warm up beyond the bench, because to go from flat bench to sets of 9 or 10 on an incline, no warm up between. Same thing, 10 plus reps dumbbells after, we're good. So everything is just sorted. So he goes straight through the flow of this, and it's 12 work sets. He's done in like 45 minutes. Okay, done in 45 minutes. And keep in mind, we've got him squatting and deadlifting over 400 at this point. He hasn't benched 300 yet, but I mean, we're doing decent work sets around 200 range. So, for normal, so it's moderately good work sets. So over time, that's going to come up. There's a reason I have him doing a lot of chest work, though. If you guys notice, we do 3 chest exercises every week at the moment. And that's because his chest is limiting stuff. Like, he's pretty good overhead presser. He's got strong arms. Obviously, quads, posterior chain are strong because we're better at squats and deadlifts. So I have him do right now, of course, we hit a deadlift PR not long ago. I have him back down. We only do just 405 for a single. So for the pull day, it's the same thing. And then we don't need any other warm-ups. The deadlift literally warms him up for the other pulling. So he warms up a little, obviously, there, pulls 405 so that we maintain strength. So, a 90% plus single definitely maintains our strength there on the deadlift, and it keeps all of our strength. I can have him do everything 5+ reps on all the other movements, and we're okay because we're getting a decent neural drive from that heavy single on the deadlift. Right, we do that. Then it's the same thing for this. It's 12 sets. 12 sets of pulling, right? If we count, the other stuff. So it's going to be weighted pull-ups, right? So we do 3 sets of weighted pull-ups. Then we do 3 sets barbell rows. So again, we don't need further warming up, like we're covered. Once he's done the deadlift, he can go straight into weighted pull-ups. We can go straight into these barbell rows. Although I might have him start reducing the weight on this to get bent over a little more, a little stricter, a little more how you guys see me do them when I do want to do the strict ones. So again, something I may work on with him on that coming up if he can't get them a little better. In fact, I need to probably think about it for this coming week. Then we do lateral raises. So again, this covers all of our pulling. This gives us 6 sets for his lats of 2 different angles. Notice it doesn't get as much work as the chest. Why? Chest is a weaker link for him, right? So we get 9 total sets. Then we get, then we get the tricep work. So the same situation here. We do 6 sets for lats. There's obviously some arm and pulling in it. When we do our lateral raises, make sure the delts get finished off. Keep in mind, rows and pull-ups work delts to some extent. All the other stuff works front delts, especially the incline work. But again, just to make sure the side delts are getting worked properly, we do those lateral raises, and then we do barbell curls, right? We do a nice, strict, full range of motion barbell curl, right? Go all the way down. No real cheating. We keep it real strict, come all the way to the face. Notice he's got the wrist cocked back. All right, this is working the entire bicep. We're working both major functions of the bicep. It's all strict, and tension is maintained pretty well through by keeping those wrists cocked back. A little tip I give guys. Then we go to a leg day. Same thing, 12 sets. We do 3 sets of back squats. Now that's obviously its own workout almost. I know a lot of guys are like, dude, 3 sets of back squats is a leg workout, especially if they're 1 rep in reserve, which is where we are. We picked up a rep here. So he's been doing 315, even though he's dropping a little bit of body weight. We got a 6 rep here, so he got 6, 5, and 5. So pretty happy with that, especially for a guy who's recreational, under 200 pounds, obviously. For us to just bang out 5 and 6 rep sets, 315 on a deep squat, we'll take it. So again, we're a strong guy overall. And for the average guy out there, think about that in terms of just, the Dadbod thing. You're in a real good situation. So again, this is a guy who, this is a side thing for him. He trains 3 days a week for about 45 minutes. He does work sets with 315 there. We pull over 405. We pulled like 430, 435 not long ago, right? And he's in the 180s. And he's going to trim down a little from here. Then we do good mornings. We do the good mornings with 315. We have all that hip extension, right? We have all that strength and power, that stuff that you want. So then to make sure we get enough quad work, of course, what do? We do lunges, right? Because this is equipment he has. If he had other stuff, I might let him do some other stuff. Make him do some split squats. I might put him on split squats so that he hates me. No, I'm just kidding. He does okay with lunges, but it's not bad to change these things up from time to time. But I'm not that worried about overuse. People say, are we worried about that? He does 6 sets. He does 3 sets, on some of these movements once a week. Getting like 6 sets total. Overuse is just not a major issue, definitely not at his strength level. So not that worried. When we do these really moderated volumes, we're not as worried about things like overuse. We change stuff up for him just to give a good novel training response sometime. And I do change things periodically here and there. But his staple lifts say squat, bench, deadlift, pull-up. Those are going to be in the program no matter what. And then we finish up with reverse hyperextensions. You guys know how I feel about this movement. You know why I love it. We discuss it all the time. So again, he has one. So we obviously make use of it. Again, greatest tool for low back prehab. And think about the fact of how strong he is now in the good mornings, and that we do these for low back strengthening and recovery. We're in a phenomenal situation for him for just hip extension. So just power, strength, everything else. He's just in a good spot to be in. Like, he's not going to have hip problems. He's not going to have back problems pretty much ever.